What's up, everybody out there? It is Steve, and now it is time to talk some video games. Today's video game I want to go and discuss is going to be Worms Battlegrounds. It was released on the newer generation consoles, also known as the PlayStation 4, or also as the Xbox in North America. It was released June 3rd, 2014, over in Europe, May 30th, 2014, and is a strategy, I guess you can say, side-scrolling, artillery-based game. It's also single player and multiplayer. You can get it on a regular retail disc or a digital download. The developer and publisher is both Team 17, which is a software UK-based developer. And a little bit of background about them: they have done every Worm game in existence from what it seems like. I'm sure there was a few renditions, maybe not even that, of a Worms game besides something that they went out and did. But it is another Worms game. And there's really 4 different classes that you can go through and do: Soldier, Scout, Scientist, and Heavy, and they all have different style and unique play classes. What makes this a little bit different about other Worms games is that there are 65 different weapon and utilities that you can use throughout this game. I had a chance to play it with a couple different party members or against the computer myself, and against the computer whipped my butt every single time. Against my friends, I wasn't too bad, but there's 10 new weapons, and which is great, and one of the 10 new weapons is the ray gun. It was created to the criticism of the ninja rope that wasn't authentic enough compared to the older Worms games. If you do have the Xbox One version, it also enables you to have Xbox Smart Glass to keep track of your stats, which is a great thing to do on the light bar on the PlayStation 4, the DualShock 4 controller. Also changes its colors depending on the status of the player's worms as far as the health goes, which I also find very great that they're going through and having accessories like the smart glass or like the controller itself integrated into the game so you can actually see and feel kind of more like your worm. I don't know if you really want to say it's your worm. You're playing with your worm, playing with yourself, almost in a sense, but I'm just trying to be funny with that. Worms Battlegrounds, for me, a 1 out of 10 rating. Let's just give it a 1 out of 5 rating. I'm going to start doing that instead. 1 out of 5. 1 is horrible. 5 is great. In my mind, there's nothing as far as perfection goes. This game, I'm probably going to give it... I'm going to give it a 2, and the reason why I'm going to give it a 2, the biggest downfall I had when playing this game is just the simple mobility of moving back and forth and jumping. I played on the Xbox One, so I'm going through and I'm hitting the X button as much as I can, just to try to double jump and go in somewhat of a direction. And yes, it does matter which way the wind is going, because it will sidetrack back and forth on if you use your parachute or even your jetpack. It does have a little minute factor in that. When you throw your grenades, shoot your rocket launchers not so much, but your grenade throws and all that does also take into effect and consideration. I myself had not fully complete the campaign all the way through. I sat down, I pumped tons of hours into it. I got quite a few achievements, but I give it a 2. And across the board, from what I understand and from what I read, it does have mixed reviews. All the way to Metacritic, which gave it a score of 67 out of 100 and 72 out of 100 for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions. For game ratings on the Xbox One and PS4 versions, it received a 69.44% and 72.70%. But that was a respective way of going through and giving a simple game a nice, decent review. I myself, 2 stars out of 5. Would I go and I buy it? No. Not full retail release. Would I pay a sale market value about 50 to 75% off? Yes, I would do something like that, because this is something that you can go through and you can play along with your buddies, have a couple of drinks if you will, or just sit down and relax and burn some time. If you guys agree with me, please go ahead and leave a comment in the section below. Leave a comment anywhere. Get a hold of me also on Twitter at Steve_gaming. Hashtag Worms Battleground. For right now, this is going to be it for me. I do appreciate you guys listening. If you want to hear me cover a specific game, please let me know at that Twitter handle. But until then, I will talk to everybody soon, and thank you guys for listening.